actually it's at about 65% of our business now is express. So the demand was there from the customers, and I think we all know that if you are convenient, you're priced competitively, customers would just as soon come to the dealership versus an independent.
Yeah, some of the key indicators in deciding if we needed a TXM supervisor were the communication between the technicians and the advisors. We found.
But the truth of the matter is, can you imagine how messed up a TXM department would be without somebody standing there driving the bus? Seriously. Mm-hmm. It would be a cluster.
It was pretty much whatever they wanted to do, however they could get the car out of there the quickest. So steps were being missed, maybe not intentionally, but again, the demand, that 60-minute time frame.
One of the major components of TXM was timeliness.
Yeah, I think if people aren't held accountable or there aren't the check-ins once in a while, then processes begin to slip. Mm-hmm. And so having a supervisor that makes sure those checks and balances are happening is key.
I think identifying the best person for that role is someone who sees a long-term future with our company, who's done the job, who knows the ins and outs of the job, and we want to show a career path for them. So for us, it was easy. Our TXM supervisor exhibited all those leadership roles, and he owns this team. It is his team, and he's very passionate about it.
The qualities that we look for in a TXM supervisor were one that was, they had to be approachable.
Well, I would say the most important attributes to do that job is somebody that wants to be a leader or a coach, that wants to help and teach. It helps a lot, I think, if the person's previously done that job.
So Anton had the personality, he had the drive, and I think over time we realized everything that we gave Anton to do as a task was done, and it was done well.
What we look for in an individual is drive. We're looking for somebody who's reliable, punctual, honest, and have goals that he sets himself.
We identified Brandon in our shop after he was a great leader for our recon team, identifying areas that we could improve our turnaround time on the car.
Kristen had the right personality where she understood the advisor side of things. She kind of understands the big picture, understands time management with employees.
On a daily basis, I work with customers as well as employees. I mentor, hire, counsel all of our new hires, train advisors, and
it makes it flow so much easier. You can deal with the ups and downs and what's thrown at you daily, because half the time you can have a schedule, you can have appointments, but things get thrown at you.
He's a key part in new owners events, where now we're even doing a TXM demonstration on a vehicle with the customers during a new owner event, and he talks to the customers about the process of what we're doing and why.
How I go about training, for the most part, there's an introductory video I have all new hires as far as TXM techs go watch. It's a YouTube video, quick overview of the TXM processes. From that, they get a tech packet with all the TXM processes laminated front to back. I'm very much lead by example. I mean, it's important to me that my crew knows that I'm never going to ask them to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. I feel like that's a trait that all managers or TXM supervisors should have. Inventory of tools, I do it every Friday. Each bay is hooked up with a kit, a snap-on kit of all tools they need for the job. We have dedicated cabinets downstairs in our pit area for air filters and bulbs, kind of this lower maintenance stuff. So yeah, that helps tremendously with time, spent in parts.
By adding Brendan in this position, it's definitely improved our overall fixed operations department. That extra voice, the scheduling, the organization, the extra layer of management, if you will.
Since installing our TXM supervisor, we've seen a lot of major improvements in some of our overall numbers here at the dealership. We have gone from 15% of our clients saying that they have been here for 2 hours or more waiting for service, now down to 5%. We've also seen an improvement of 7% increase in combined Toyota redemption numbers and a 2% increase in service customer retention numbers.
Having somebody that is directly responsible for keeping accountability to the TXM process absolutely drives retention.
Some other positive things that have been accomplished as well have been our wait times. We've gone from, I think it was a little over 26% of our guests were reporting they were waiting over 2 hours for a total care service. And so our supervisors found some reasons why that was happening, and they were able to develop a process to help correct that. And so year to date, over the course of a year, we've gone from a little over 26% to now we're at, I think, 13.5% of our guests.
Having Jake back there to be a leader and a lead by example kind of a guy has absolutely kept employee retention high.
We have seen a major improvement in customer pay numbers, and we've almost doubled since October of 2017 to July of 2018 in customer pay on our TXM team.
But for me as a dealer, it's more the intangibles, the team, the cohesiveness, giving again those folks a career path, and we're striving to be the best retailer in town, and so for us that was more important to me. What's another thing that we can do here within our organization to create that environment?
My position has evolved and increased at Michael's Toyota from doing just directly with technicians to then writing service with the service writers, now training the service writers, now overseeing the whole process of the whole service drive flow, to seeing that making sure that my advisors are writing up the repair orders with all the proper lines, running national service history.
We continue to add staff members. We have gone from 2 bays to 4 bays. Now we're at 8 bays. That's just for Express. In our advanced side now, we just are moving somebody over next week, and we'll now have 7 bays over there with a dedicated advanced technician that all came from the Express area. That would not have happened had it not been for a dedicated supervisor.
Assisting the service advisors, assisting with basic upsells, and really tying the entire process together even better. And I just expect nothing but great things. I mean, it's the fastest growing portion of our business, and it'll be the best portion of our business.
To be honest with you, I can't see it any other way. Our whole operating philosophy revolves around long-term relationships with our customers, and that's the beginning of the relationship. So we have to be fired on all cylinders at all times. I can't imagine going back 5 years.
How you can successfully continue to grow that business and expect to do greater things, I don't know how you could do it without a supervisor. I almost think that you're just going to be standing still. You're going to basically stay the same.
So if you're afraid of it or not wanting to jump in, if you find a solid leader that you want to promote, they'll take the reins, and Toyota will be there every step of the way to help.